So, for those of you who give a shit about previous episodes, we are back to Talking Fools. We're just two average girls who are taking their phone calls to the podcast.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's... Oh, welcome!
Wow, man.
I started going into Eminem.
She just did that thing I talked about in the last episode where it's like, I don't think she's like paying attention.
I totally wasn't.
One of our buddies that works here at Cumberland Farms, she's like, we're going to have to get you guys like a fire pit because we don't want you to leave during the winter. She's not wrong.
She's not wrong. I think a fire pick. Yep.
Fire pit,
it's that time of night. So I think a fire pit is an excellent idea, but I really want to negotiate when Cumberland reaches out to us. They need to get tables inside. They would make even more money by putting a couple of round tables, smaller round tables inside. You know what I mean? With like 2 chairs each. And changing up where they have things.
Yes.
They have everything here. They have food. They have coffee. They got little snackety snacks. You could have a whole meal here. They literally have everything. Everything. People come here during breakfast time. They come here during lunchtime. And then they come here late at night. You have your same group of people. And this place is always steady and happy.
Always steady.
A couple
always
of round
clean,
tables.
Bro, you're exactly.
Yeah.
We just,
a couple of round tables, right?
Yep.
And I think that they would see an increase in sales. And then also, when we are here recording, we could record at one of their tables, and it would help us advertise for them even better, Cumberland Farms.
maybe we could get Tractor Supply to hook us up with like some like gear, winter gear, like the overalls to wear, jackets, so we can sit out
remember
here.
That 9 to 5 video we did there at Tractor Supply?
Yeah, Dolly Parton.
Working 9 to 5.
What a way to make a living.
Yeah, man. Yeah. There's a play about her now on Broadway.
I mean, that woman right there, she's amazing. She came from the Appalachia area of the world. Dirt ass poor.
Gives back quite a bit.
Gives back any chance she can. Dolly Parton. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I boring you?
You know how you get to that point where you're like cold and then you get like a little toasty?
Yeah.
And you're getting like, you know what I mean? Like getting cozy. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting cozy.
Like
except for my fingers. Yeah, except for my fingers. I think I need to go get my gloves.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I want to talk about something I saw on our list of podcasts to talk about.
Let's do it.
And it happened today, and it's been happening recently.
Okay.
It's embarrassing. I don't know what triggers it. And it's noticeable. And do you have any idea of what the hell I am freaking talking about?
No.
Oh.
I yawned and I was like, no.
I can't stop gleeking.
Oh, no, buddy. I'm doing the same thing sometimes. And I'm nervous
do you
it's going to
notice
happen
it like
at the
more
wrong
than
time.
lately?
Yeah, man. How do you stop the gleeks, though?
I do it at least twice a day. At least twice a day.
I'm wondering, are our mouths just super moist? Like, what is it?
Listen, I've never seen a smile on this girl's face as big as the one she's got now. She knew exactly what she freaking said.
Because I knew it. Right as I was saying it, I looked at you and I forgot who I was talking to. You know why? Because we can never have a serious moment.
Never.
Man,
never.
One day we're going to have to tell them that story, but just not right now. Remember the biggest time we needed to be serious and we absolutely failed at that? Do you know how many times I say, Heavenly Father, I know you are one of forgiveness and you love us no matter what we do.
Can I be honest with you?
But like, oh my
Shaba,
goodness.
I thought that chair, honestly, when I saw you go back, I thought either the chair was going to snap. I like the fact that you came back up from it.
You thought the chair was going to snap? I thought my body was going to snap. I do not bend that way, bro. I am not a contortionist. I am a very curvy and round woman. There's a lot to me. And the fact that my legs went back like that. and I'm holding on to the chair to not touch the ground or fall on the ground or make the chair go back. You see my ass trying to hold on, and the whole time you're sitting there laughing, and I'm praying to God, like, dear God, this is not the time right now. Please do not let this happen right here, right now. Like, the worst situations possible, that we could ever be in, like the absolute worst situations. The absolute worst situations ever. The worst. And when we need to be serious, we can't. We can't. Like, we just can't. It's like if I'm sitting with my Uncle Ty, I know that my Uncle Ty and I, we cannot be next to each other during any serious situations. He is the worst person to go to a funeral with, especially. He's the worst. Him and I are the absolute worst. And it's not...
Did we not tell them about this story?
No, we didn't. And I think that we should, but we should also be very mindful of names given, if you know what I mean.
So we're not going to put the names in.
Yeah.
But we are going to tell you the story.
This story time.
This is the episode to do it. I'm having... So then here's...
And then we'll go back to gleeking.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know after the story if you do go back.
I don't even think they care about gleeking after hearing this story, Bunny.
But let's just say if anybody has any tips for me to stop gleeking and people...
Make your mouth dry, you know?
I could be talking to people and I gleek and I get them wet. I'm like... I get them wet. Like, you know how the spider... What are you... How else do I say it?
You get them wet?
I get them wet. Because my gleek, dude. Where are you going?
I have to get gloves.
Oh.
Look at these fingers, man. Look at them.
What about them?
Dude, they're shriveling up. They're so cold. I'm done.
Just like the set you got on you?
Oh, man.
Guess who?
Oh, boy.
I don't even know if Shab is talking right now or not, but all I'll say is that for a limited time only, you can get, this is my signature drink currently at Cumberland Farms. I get a medium. I put hot, dark roast coffee black halfway up, and then the other half is pumpkin spice cappuccino. So I'm calling it a pumpkin spice cumbuccino. So for a limited time, you can make yourself a pumpkin spice cumbuccino, and the price is like better than anywhere else. And then you dictate how much sugar you want in this. So like, if you want less sugar, just do 75% coffee, 25% pumpkin spice cappuccino for your cumbuccino, for your perfect cumbuccino. And so I was going to put that on the secret menu, but now for a limited time you can enjoy that. I cannot wait to see what happens for Christmas. So Cumberland Farms, I hope you're listening. Like, we better have hot peppermint stick mocha.
Oh,
we better have hot peppermint stick hot chocolate in that. You know what I would love? Can I just say one thing before we get on to the story?
Yeah, for sure.
I would be honored to go to Cumberland Farms and I want to go to their headquarters, and I want to talk to them about like what goes behind you and your products, because I believe that they should put in soft serve machines. And if Cumberland Farms puts in soft serve machines where it's like $2.29 for a soft serve, game over.
Cumberland Farms doesn't even know the amount of opportunities they're missing out on right now.
They have no idea.
They have no idea. That's why they need to call us, Cumberland. We're still waiting. Whoa! Oh, wow. That had like oomph in it.
Oh, yeah. All right, Shabs.
Yeah.
Let's tell our best people. Let's tell them the most embarrassing time of your life.
Oh, I can definitely tell you the most
And I
embarrassing
happened
time
to
of
be
my
there.
life.
And I happen to be there, and I attest to how embarrassing it is.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So,
Please explain the chairs in the way they deserve to be explained once you
well,
get to
no, we
that.
need to start at the beginning.
Exactly.
We need to start at the beginning because we need the full effect. So, we're going to bring you back to story time right now, guys. And a very dear friend. Okay, Snoop. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Go ahead, queen. Go ahead. Go ahead, girl. Okay. So, a very dear friend of ours had lost her husband, okay, in a very bad accident. And so we went with her to plan his funeral. And we were there for moral support. And when we went to go with her for moral
And what a
support,
big role that is, first and foremost, is to be somebody's support.
yeah, man. I mean, especially during a very tragic and tough time, you know. But you know what? It was a tough time, and we, we knew our roles. We knew our roles, and so she was planning the funeral of her husband, and in this building for this particular um wonderful business that
Funeral home.
thank you for this funeral home.
It's
Wonderful,
set in the
wonderful
back.
people. It's set in the back,
The area where you go to talk about the
yeah,
funeral.
and there were these chairs.
Now, stop right there.
Yes, and this is where you come in because you need to actually like describe for our listeners what these chairs look like.
They're like your typical outdoor white. These chairs don't look like they really belong in this building. They're like two outdoor old-fashioned chairs where there's no back, there's no legs in the back. In other words, it's just
Yeah,
that modern look, but like
yeah,
you can push your butt off, you can bounce on them, right? Is that a good way
yeah.
to say it? You
Yes,
can bounce on
perfect,
them? So
perfect,
yeah, okay.
perfect. So yeah, so we thought it would be smart to sit on said chairs, so we did.
Did I
And
go first?
You sat first, so I sat second because you looked like you were fine. So I was like, I'll
I
be
was
fine.
not fine. I went way back.
Yeah, she went way back, and so it was a little too late for me because I was already in the sitting position, and I was already to the point where I was going to be sitting back in the chair, but I didn't know I was going back. So I sat down in this chair. Mind you, our friend is with one of the directors in the middle of a conversation planning her husband's funeral, and we sit in the chairs and both of us are looking at each other because we both go back. Problem is, folks, I kept going back and my body nor my chair stopped going back, and I was very concerned that I was going to hit the floor and this chair was going to hit the floor during this discussion that they were having.
When I was watching you, Shaba, I thought you were going to hit the floor.
Well, folks,
So she went back, ladies and gentlemen.
Picture
She went back
this.
and she said something. She goes, "You said," and I go, "Whoa, whoa."
yeah, man. Yeah. I did because I was concerned. I was concerned about, first and foremost, this situation. I'm trying to be quiet because this is a very serious
She was
time.
so far back that she had her hand holding her above the ground.
My hand was on the ground holding me above. And folks, my legs were over my head. So for reference, I am 5'6", okay? And I am not a little girl. I'm not, guys. I'm not. I'm well aware of this, okay? There is some meat on this chicken thigh, okay?
Those thighs were sitting
Those
straight
thighs
up.
were sitting high, okay? And so my legs were over my head. I'm not talking about like a yoga pose, my friends.
No, it was so
my
bad.
feet were all the way back where my shoulders are. And I am trying to hold on for dear life. And this one is sitting next to me laughing her ass off.
I was laughing so
trying
hard,
to
you
be
guys.
quiet,
I was laughing so hard that I was crying.
trying to be quiet
Trying to be so
because
quiet.
they're in the middle of a very important conversation. I think, dude, they were talking about like headstones at this point. And so we're trying to be quiet, but I don't know what to do because I don't want a big boom to happen. So I'm trying to hold on, praying that, like, I don't know, somebody like would come and help me. And you were in a position too, because you were pretty far back, but I was really, really, really far back. And so what happens? My legs keep going where there's no place for them to go. And in the very quiet, big room, I add, I toot.
Oh, you did.
I toot.
Oh my God.
It was not a little toot.
No, it was not a little toot.
This
was not not a petite toot.
It wasn't a petite toot because I'm
This
not a
was a-
petite girl with my legs that are like all the way back. I think my feet probably were to the back of where my butt was.
Shaba,
That's
you
how
were so
far
scared.
back I
You
was.
were so scared.
Like there
You
were
were
some
so
contortionist moves there. I
You
didn't
were
even know
so
I was
scared,
that
Shaba.
flexible.
You were like, how am I gonna get out of this chair?
Dude, I couldn't even bend like that when I did gymnastics as a
Shaba,
kid.
when you farted,
Yeah. And they were talking at this and dude, our girlfriend, right? They stopped the conversation
because they heard a big old fart.
They heard a fart.
They heard Shaba's fart.
Yeah.
So what does Shaba say?
Wait, no. So then our friend says, she goes, I am so very sorry about that. I am so very sorry about the both of them. Because by this point, Kate's laughing her ass off. I'm mortified. I just want to die or like
You were
run
so
somewhere.
scared being in that chair. You were so
Dude,
far
I
back,
wanted to
Shaba.
run
I thought it
somewhere.
was going to either snap
I
or it was going to flip. I was like so worried for you, but I was looking at you and I couldn't stop up around.
I wanted to hide. I wanted to go somewhere and hide. I did. I just wanted to like either die or hide. I was mortified. And so as we're like, sitting there and at this point they're wrapping things up and we get ready to leave, we're walking out. I look at one of the directors and I say, with my head down, I'm really sorry about that. And I've never been able to look at him the same since.
He's probably told his wife.
I'm sure they all know. Again, during the worst time. Our poor girlfriend is like she is grieving and planning her
Shaba, you
husband's
couldn't
funeral.
help it. Your legs, all that hot air that you had built up. Like, what do you think happens? It was like being on an inverter, a back inverter table or whatever those are called.
I don't even know, but like my legs did
Shaba, you
a
look
360. No, seriously, like 360 degrees is what happened. I did a full fold, tuck, you name it. Like it was like on level of
I never laughed so hard in
it was really bad.
Mother.
It was really, really bad. That's a fire Corvette. I like the color.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Oh, it matches the Cumby's blue.
Yeah, it's a fire Corvette. No, buddy, but I was mortified.
Oh, Shaba, I would have been mortified. I was mortified for you. And to be honest, you probably could have gotten away with, if you said nothing, he would have had to figure it out if it was
which one of us it was.
But you gave it away. As soon as you went down, you went,
apologized.
whoa. You went, whoa. And really, you farted on your trying to get your way up. Like when you were trying to push your way up that chair, that's when your hot air was alerting you that you were in trouble.
I know. And our listeners, those of you who are our loyal listeners, I don't know what it is with me and chairs. There's obviously a direct correlation. I just haven't figured out what it is. Remember the episode where we talked about the maxi dress getting stuck in the spinning chair?
Yeah.
When I was showing that diamond ring?
Didn't you destroy a chair at the Pentagon?
No, I didn't. I'm telling you, I'm innocent of that. Yeah, I did.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm definitely innocent because I'm definitely innocent. I can't be held accountable for that one.
You're such a bullshit.
No, I'm just. It was, when we talk about the most embarrassing
And also
stories,
your car. And also your car. That chair has.
Did you see it? I was like, we won't talk about that though. We won't talk
about that. But that chair is
about that. No, I don't think our listeners are ready. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I'm just glad I wasn't by myself when it happened. That probably would have been worse.
I was so mortified when you did that.
You were mortified? I was mortified.
I was like, are you kidding me? She farted of all times? I'm like, she farted
in
now?
In this big room where there's quite literally, 4 of us, and 2 of us are sitting in the back, and 2 are planning.
Thank God it didn't smell. If I smelled it, I would have started to dry.
I was like,
I would have started to dry heave if I smelled it.
No, if there was any smell, I'm telling you, I would have gotten up and just walked out. No, seriously, I would have gotten up and just walked out. Because at that point, I didn't know what to do. I literally was like, okay, I'm in a funeral home. Can I just die at this point? At least I'm already here.
Embalm me, I dare you.
Oh, horrible. Horrible.
Oh.
Horrible.
Oh, Sharba.
Yeah.
Sharta.
And I promise you folks, I really can't make up these stories. She was there with me. She was my witness, and we have another one, which is our darling girlfriend who was planning her husband's funeral when this happened. Yep.
We have talked. This is one of those stories that you talk about till you're.
Yeah.
You talk about, yeah.
Yeah, we've had a lot of stories together. I mean, some we cannot share on air. That we will take to the grave with us, because
don't share that story you just started talking about. That is not one to share.
Well, I also, would like my children not to know a lot of this stuff. So, yeah, we have some stories. We've had some experiences. Yep.
LDE.
Oh, I know. We got to save that one. LDE, folks. Well, you'll hear about it on a next episode. Not the next one, but on a future episode. Yeah. We'll talk about what LDE is.
Well, to wrap it up, what do you think I should do about my gleeking?
You're going to have to figure out how to dry your mouth somehow.
And not let the...
I don't know. I do think, and this is not in any inappropriate way, I just think that it's just very moist. And maybe that's my problem too. I don't know.
I know you say that you gleek.
I guess it's better than not have. I guess it's better to have a moist mouth than have a dry mouth, right?
Is that good when? Okay, imagine if Spider-Man just went around and randomly